Okay, so the thank you all for joining the call, and we wanted to just kind of give everyone an update. Hopefully, everyone is well. We wanted to update everyone on the progress of the school. We do have good news. Everything is going extremely well. We're moving through the permitting process, and I think most of us can all agree that we're in some different times now with this COVID-19 and the numbers with their spiking in South Florida between Palm Beach County, Dade, and Broward County. And we've been closely watching that. But I wanted to touch on a couple of topics. One, just the nature of the school, where the school stands, what our projected dates are. And a lot of that is hinging on what we're hearing from the state, from the local school district, and also from the Department of Education. So as of this moment, we're kind of at a pause uh, until we know more about that. But one of the things I can assure you, we're 100% at the school will happen. It will definitely happen. Right now, with COVID-19 and everything that's going on, it's kind of hard to say exactly what the timetable is. So we'll keep you posted on that. Coach King will also talk with you about the athletic portion of the school. We're very, very excited about that. We have a huge amount of support from the city of Green Acres, from the residents of Green Acres. They're very excited about the school becoming a part of their community. And also, we've gotten really strong positive feedback for Palm Beach County as a whole in terms of what our objective is, our mission is for young men like those of you and parents that are sitting on this call tonight, what the whole purpose of what Palm Beach Christian is about. And I know there were some questions about the timetable. That is remains to be seen until we know more, just like all the other schools in the state of Florida. But one of the things I did want to share with you all that we did not have before is the actual renderings of the campus. Now, Coach King and his staff, they've seen the campus and they're very, very, I mean, it's just exciting. The church, the training facility. And I want to walk you through the presentation of the pictures so you can actually get a chance to see what those renderings look like. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move over to my other screen here and go through the slides. So this will be the main office building here. So if you're coming off of Haverhill, coming south towards Melaleuca, the school's on the right. So when you turn in, this will be the main area, the main building where the school will sit. It's pretty nice when you see the other aerial views of it, but it's something we're very excited about. So the administrative offices will be here. The bus loop will be tied in with here. The classrooms will be tied into here. This is phase one, which is the school. Phase two will be the church. Phase three will be the training facility. And then we also have the football field, the basketball course. All those things will go into play, which we're very, very excited about. So this is the main building. Here is the back side of the building. So if you look up here where you come in, you can see the awnings. This is the whole classroom structure where all the classrooms will be. You can see here where the additional parking. Over to the far right is the training facility, which you'll get a close up of that. But this is actually when you turn off of Haverhill and turn into the school. Whether you're coming south, you'll make a right. If you're coming north, you're going to make a U-turn over at Heritage and then make a right into the school. So this is the backside view of the school. Here's the Student Union Center. This is where all the students, our young men, will be able to hang out during lunch. You know, we'll have PlayStation areas in there. There'll be areas to study, to read, to eat. So it's kind of an area almost like for most of us that went to college, that there's a student union where you can just kind of go and hang out, watch TV, eat, study, play games. So that's going to be an area that we're very, very excited about because as much as we're going to push them academically, we do want them to have a time where they can kind of relax and kind of do other things, focus on other things. So the main activities will take place in this student union center, and right outside of this student union center is the a basketball court. And you don't see it now, but behind this building here is where the stadium will be. The stadium will be directly behind the student union center. And you can see here to the far right, the church will be here as well. So behind these buildings is the football stadium, which we're excited about that as well. Okay, here's another view of the Student Union Center. This is if you walk to the side of the building. Right here will be kind of a awning. This will be a seating outdoor seating area with benches, tables, a gazebo, and then there's a basketball court which you can see right down here. This blacktop. But this is just gives you another view from the side of the building, and then in the back here where you see these trees are. This is where the actual stadium, the athletic facility, meaning the football field, will be at the back. So um, that's just another view of it. The worship hall, the church, which will have chapel. We'll have that one day a week for all of our young men. We'll go through the Word of God and try to get better spiritually. But this is another viewpoint of the church. The church will be open to the community. So we have our online church service now that we do on Wednesday nights where we're doing Bible study. But this will take place once this whole pandemic and the COVID-19 passes. We'll have Wednesday night Bible studies here at the church that will be open to the community. We'll also have Sunday worship services, but also during the in-school part, the spiritual aspect of it is very important to us as a school and as a ministry that we want to make sure we pour into them spirituality as well as sports, social activities, academic performance. We want to give them a well-rounded experience at the very highest level. So when they leave our school in 4 years, they're prepared for anything that comes that they'll face, which we know as a young man, they're going to face challenges. But this 4 years of development gives us the opportunity to challenge them in areas that will prepare them for when they go out as young adults. Okay, let me move on. This is the front of the church. Right now, there's an existing building, an existing house there. That house is going to be restructured and built into a church. This church will seat about 400 people. So it's a pretty good size chapel. I'll add those slides on later because we're finalizing some of the plans on what the church looks like, but it's very, very nice. If you've been in Christ Fellowship or some of these other mega churches, we kind of took a scaled down version of that where it's very, very interactive and it's very, very friendly. So when you look down these halls here, this is an open lobby area. There'll be an area where you can get coffee, you can congregate before you actually go into the chapel hall and receive the Word of God. So we're excited about the church as well, and that's primarily where I will be. My role will be more as the campus pastor, the lead pastor of the church and the school. So that's kind of where I would be in this particular situation. All right, here's an aerial view, bird's eye view. This, like I said, this is something we're very excited about. So when you look here from this side, this is where you're coming in off of Haverhill. This is the training facility right here. This is 6,000 square feet. There's a back area here where we'll have there'll be customized lockers. And I was just telling Coach King, there'll be a locker room for NFL players, for my son and his teammates and other guys that come in and train in the off season. We're very excited about this. This will have some of the best equipment for any high school, college, or professional athlete to train on. And this is something that your sons will be exposed to over a 4 year period, not just some of the greatest training. We'll have a great strength coach, a great strength training programs, but also they'll get exposed to training alongside or watching collegiate athletes train and NFL guys. So I think for what we're offering, I think it's something that it's a win-win for everyone, especially our young men that will be coming to Palm Beach Christian Preparatory School. So you can see the church back here. You can see the Student Union Center back here, the basketball court. This is the campus here where we'll have that. And at some point, we'll expand up, start building up on top of these. But right back here where the trees are, this is where the football field will be. If you know the area where we're at, the middle school is here, Trade Winds, and then on this side of us is Heritage. And then across the street, you got the other school and the fire department. So this gives you a bird's eye view of the campus. Here's another angle of the campus. So you can see here, this is the bus loop. So there will be two entrances where you can come in. So they'll come in through this main entrance right here, and this will be the pickup and drop off. And then this is a loop that loops right back out onto Haverhill. So this kind of gives you an idea of the kind of the flow. There's plenty of parking for training for those for folks that are coming in for training. There's plenty of parking for the church. And then there's additional parking here at the school for administrators, teachers, et cetera. So I'm really proud of our engineering team for putting this whole project together to where they can truly, truly see the value of what the school is going to look like. Okay, here's the training facility. So this is the first part of the training facility here. You can see here, this is all glass, so we'll have natural sunlight come in from at the ground level and then from up as well. Inside this training facility, we will have state-of-the-art training equipment, speed equipment, post-recovery, the cryo chambers. We'll have a massage area. We'll have a juice bar area so we can adequately hydrate all of our players, all of our students, to make sure that they're getting the best training available. So this will be the same setup that you see in a lot of collegiate settings and also professional settings. So we're not sparing any expense in terms of giving our students the best of the best to be able to perform at their best, whether it's in the classroom, out of the classroom, from a spiritual level. We've invested a lot to make sure that we kind of set ourselves aside from what we offer for our students. This will be a red highlight. So it'll be accented. The school colors are red, white, and gray with some highlights of black. So our campus will be laid out in such a way. Here is a picture of the actual layout of the training facility. You can see the platforms, customized platforms, a full training area. We'll also have a turf area. So during this time of year, as you all know, during hurricane season, when it's raining outside, Coach King and his staff will still be able to practice, do walkthroughs inside this 6,000 square foot building. And also, this building here will be the post-recovery for massages, for treatments, and locker rooms. Everything will be built inside this 6,000 square foot facility. So that way our players don't have to leave. They don't have to go anywhere for treatment outside of this. We're going to bring all the treatment to our school and have the most highly qualified medical staff to address any injuries, anything that come about with any of our young men. They're going to have the best of the best. This is just another view of it, of the training facility. Like I said, this field, the indoor turf area is going to be about 35 to 40 yards long. It'll be just like if you go inside of any major training facility like D1 Sports or some of the others. They have a field about 35 to 40 yards. And that's where guys during the combines, they go in and they train and get ready for the draft. So we'll have a very, very similar setup to what you're seeing right here. Okay, this is a bird's eye view. You get to see the whole thing. And again, I know Coach King and his staff and our training staff will coordinate this whole workflow of getting better speed. So it doesn't matter what size your son comes in at. If he's a little bit underweight, we're going to address that with proper nutrition, proper training, proper rest. All these things will be included inside the tuition. And the more I think about it, and when Coach and I talk about it, we would challenge anyone to go anywhere and compare oranges to apples. We're going to give you more for your investment into your son's future. So that's what we're committed to, that we want to make sure that it's a win-win for everybody. Here's the other top side view of it. Again, you get to see all different views of it. We have sleds. I know at some point players are going to hate those sleds, but I'm telling you, it's the best thing that can happen. And again, we'll have a ton of other equipment, jug machines for catching balls. We'll have sleds for our big guys, our linemen to develop. So there's going to be a lot going on with this. And I'm spending a lot of time emphasizing this because we want to exercise safety We want to make sure that all of our students and our players are in great physical shape, that they're properly nutrition, properly hydrated. And these are things that we don't want parents to worry about. As long as they're in our care at the school, we're going to make sure that they're well taken care of on every aspect while they're on our campus. Okay, and this is the outside. And the outside will have a roll-up door where they can go outside and do agilities. They can do other activities which will be coordinated with the training cycle that each of our student athletes go through. And the training modules will be different. So if someone's a two-sport athlete who plays football and basketball, they'll be trained according to the sports that they're participating in. So that will become more of a premium in terms of how's my son going to be trained? If he's a wide receiver, how's he going to be trained? Is he going to be trained like an offensive lineman or quarterback? Absolutely not. And this is where I can say without a shadow of a doubt between Coach King's experience and our trainers that will be on staff, that I'm very comfortable that they know what to do to get the most out of your son physically to where he can have an opportunity to pursue scholarships or scholarship offers. And that's another part of our goal athletically, is to prepare them so they are marketable to the collegiate institution, whether it's Division One, 1A, Division Two, Division Three, Ivy League. There's a place for every young man to go, and we understand that, and we want to prepare them as such based on what they bring to the table and how we can help them grow from there. So that's very, very important to us as a staff, the overall development of your son. All right. So this is basically we will do fundraising. We haven't. We have private donors that have supported us. We couldn't do our fundraisers for this season because of COVID-19 and the pandemic. We didn't want to expose anyone to anything like that. But that's basically an overview of the program, the slides, as far as that goes. And in terms of, we'll keep you posted on our date of opening. But like I said, I just want to assure everyone, without a doubt, we will definitely, our campus will be open right now. We're just waiting on what we're actually looking at. And here's the thing, we don't want to expose anyone, especially being a new school, and Coach and I have talked about this. We don't want to expose anyone or any negative publicity, by not adhering to the guidelines from the health officials. So with that, we're looking at a couple of different opening dates. But if you are 100% interested in coming, we're still sticking with our numbers for when we do open. If you are looking for financial aid, please go to stepupforstudents.org. There's several. There's FES, Step Up for Students. If your son has a learning disability or anything of that nature, then you have McKay, you have other scholarships available. Please apply for that. And here's the thing that we're saying right now. We stand by, the tuition. The tuition is $15,000 a year, and everything that I just showed and shared in this video, that is included in that $15,000. The other things that we didn't touch about, and I'll let Coach King touch on this from the athletics. I know a lot, and I've been in the school system for over 30 years and retired. Coach King has been in the school system for 20-some years, and our coaches. And one of the things I can tell you from being a head coach at Glade Central to Palm Beach Lakes to being the head coach at Pope John Paul and Boca and other places around the country, I've never been in a program where the parents did not have to pay athletic fees, pay for shoes and all those things. And I'll let Coach King touch on what entails the athletics for your son. What does he need to have? Does he need to buy his own shoes? Does he need to buy his own spirit packs? I'll let Coach King touch on that because he's been dealing with the vendors of the program, and those vendors that we dealt with in other schools when we were head coaches and coordinators. They're very excited about it, and they're definitely 100% on board and supporting us and helping us build our school up. And so, Coach, if you can go ahead and take it from there, that would be great, and kind of explain to them the athletic side of it, what your intentions are, how you're planning to build, with the things we talked about in the spring, just some different things that you've come across.
Okay. Thank you for being on. So first and foremost, we had a schedule for football and for basketball, but because of the spike with the numbers in COVID and and just constant going back and forth with other athletic directors, my coaches themselves, and with Mr. Sneed and his wife, we determined that we were not going to play any sports this, and those games had to be put on hold for safety issues. And so for us, we determined that we would cancel the season. Now, in return, we're bringing football back in January. And football will come back January in the form of 8-man football, which we're in the midst of now of doing the paperwork to have an 8-man football season, football team and a season that will run between February and the 1st of May. And at the conclusion of that season, we will actually roll into spring football with 11 on 11 and go forward from there. But so that our young men that join the school between now and January, so that this time here of September through December, when they're not able to play a sport, we're going to pick it up, like I said, in January. We're going to pick the sports back up in January, and we're going to start then. But at that time, we will have a complete plan to work with what the CDC and all the health agencies are asking for as in guidelines to what's going on. So we will have a complete plan. And once again, like Coach Sneed said, we do not want to be the front runner of a pandemic at our school. So it's best that we stand on the sidelines and watch this unfold and get as much knowledge and training as possible. So when we do bring the kids on campus for school and for activities, that we have everything in place to keep the young men safe, to keep our staff safe, and move forward where everyone is comfortable on a daily basis. Us as administrators, coaches, and especially for you all as parents and family members, that your kids are in the safest environment. Now, with that, as far as in track and field should start rolling into play, but at this time, there's really no definite of what other sports are going to take place at this time. So that is something that we will know in the upcoming weeks and months leading into December. Now, when we're referring to the gear with the kids, with their tuition, that covers all their gear, their spirit packs, for practice, their practice gear, practice shoes, game gear. We will be one unified program as far as in basketball, baseball, track, football. Everybody will wear the same. Whatever the uniform colors are, whatever their issue is, what will be wear during those activities. And that includes practice and their dress attire when we do travel and when they conduct themselves on campus or at an event. And the uniform will stay the same when we're playing in competition as a team. Everyone will always look the same. And with that being said, basically with your tuition, that is all covered. So we won't have an individual not dressed like everyone else because they can't afford it or because it wasn't feasible at that time. No, everything is given to the kids to accommodate the kids and the program at the same time. So once again, everybody will be unified in everything we do. Now, once again, after dealing with football, after we complete the 8-on-8 season, like I said, we'll roll into spring practice. According to what they say as far as in basketball, we will look to see if we can push our basketball program into an AAU league to where they can get more playing time because of this pandemic and groom and build them along. Our track program, we're reaching out to some different track clubs so that we can get our track team more work over the course of the summer to get prepared for the following year. Baseball, we're in touch with the league out of Delray at Pompey Park, as far as in building a strong young baseball program to where they represent our school, plus they play AAU baseball. So we're doing all the things to build our programs in the right direction without losing sight that our concern is academics. We want to build kingdom men around our academics and have a strong structure and setting with that and away from that, our athletics will take care of themselves. As far as our kids, our coaching, the proper training, the different events that we will have at school where it's free to our kids. It costs others, but the events will be free to all our athletic students on our campus. Any questions?
No, I think you hit it on the head, Coach. Probably, and I'm just asking ask you a couple of questions that I've talked with some parents who've 100% committed to coming to the school. The question came about as far as the selection of students that will come to the school. Is there a criteria for, who gets to enroll? Being that our enrollment numbers will be low. It'll be 100 kids per year, so we'll max out at 400 kids over 4 years. But how can you give a perspective on what that selection process would look like? Because most parents are concerned. The ones that I've talked to was concerned about cherry picking, or you got some parents that feel like their kid may deserve special treatment, or I think they're trying to avoid having their sons in a situation where maybe they have faced it in the Optimist League or something. What's your response to that?
First and foremost, it is a lottery. Okay, it is a lottery, and the lottery is based on filling out the proper paperwork online, as everything's being asked for. Everyone fills out the sheet, and they automatically get assigned a number, a lottery number. And as you receive your lottery number, it's all based on you doing the steps that the process is following through, with getting everything completed and having your paperwork processed. Now, away from athletics, they would have to report and meet with you and your wife yourself, and then as far as athletics, with me being athletic director, we will meet. But as far as cherry picking, it's no cherry picking, because everyone is going to receive the same opportunity to play. We're not going to go out and try to just snatch all the talent out of Palm Beach County just to come to our school, because our school is not a fit for everyone. And that's just facts of life. Our school will not be a match for everyone. Because as you're saying with cherry picking and so forth, we'll have families that are assuming because we're showing this facility with athletics and so forth that all we're concerned with is athletics. We're not. Our main goal is to build young men to be successful in life. And with that, they have the opportunity to play athletics at our school. And from there, playing in our athletic programs, it can branch out to anywhere. I can't tell you that your kid's going to be Division I. I'm not a minor. But what I can say is if your kid comes to the school and do what he's supposed to do in the classroom and in his everyday walk and on the field, it will be an opportunity for that young man to continue his education on the next level. And it's always a program, a college for every young man to go and fulfill their dreams, be it basketball, football, baseball, track, because those are the sports we have at our school. So our doors are wide open in any sport.
Okay. All right. I think that was the only question. For the most part, like I said, the feedback has been very strong, and I think the parents are very understanding of what's going on presently right now with, with the viruses. The numbers are going up every day, so they're definitely understanding of it. But Mrs. Alexander, do you have any questions about anything that you saw or your son? Any questions about anything as far as the school that we can answer for you at this point?
Well, I'm just wondering, do you know if there's anything else that I need to do? Have I completed all the paperwork? I think I have. And I know he was eligible for McKay Scholarship. We're still doing this Step Up for Kids, I think it's called.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
They told me it only takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get your approval for that. So.
Right. And generally what will happen after that, once the school is up and we're listed, then you would basically at that point assign his scholarship money to Palm Beach Christian Preparatory School, and that's pretty much it. But, as Coach stated, everything is all inclusive, no athletic fees or none of that stuff, because we understand that people are like in some challenging times. But I know as a parent and you as a parent, education is very, very important because it opens the doors up for other things in life for him that may not be open at this particular point. So we do get it, and we're willing to work with families to give their kids an opportunity, to move forward.
Okay. And is there a way, like, I'm pretty sure I've done everything except that last scholarship, but if I haven't, just send me a text, an email, just to make sure I have everything in.
Okay.
And so I know I'm good, or he's good.
Right. Yep. We'll follow up. Coach will follow up with you, and we'll give him an updated list of parents, and it'll have a checklist and make sure everything is checked off. So if there's something missing, then he'll contact you and say, hey, we're missing this. Can you send us this? So we'll make sure that we cover that in for you to make sure that there are no hiccups in that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Coach, was there anything else you wanted to add before we jump off?
No, at the latest, I would say no later than Tuesday of next week, I will give you a call with anything extra that we need. Just basically an update. I'll give you a call with an update, and also dealing with our next open house. I mean, Zoom open house. We can go from there. Just keep giving updates.
Okay. So the way it looks, you're going to start, and when you start, it will be online after the academic. portion and all of that?
That's what we're waiting to find out, and
Okay.
as soon as I know, yeah, we'll definitely let you know.
Okay. Okay. That
All
sounds
right.
good.
All
Thank
righty.
you.
Thank you for coming on, and we'll be in touch.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
You're welcome.
Bye.